This is Hayes Q Jones, your DVD and Blu-ray baller on a budget, and this is HQ Videos for you. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a current subscriber, what's up? You're greatly appreciated. You know the routine. Come on in, make yourself at home. This channel is for movie lovers and collectors of all types. Doesn't matter what the format is: VHS, Laserdisc, DVD, Blu-ray, digital, 4K, 3D, Betamax, doesn't matter. Same with the genre: horror, action, drama, sci-fi, fantasy. Whatever your preference, you're welcome. This is just for movie lovers. This week takes me into Goodwill. Actually picked up some great pickups. Got the complete season of a television series, a thriller television series my wife and I used to watch. Got this nice Screen Factory with the slipcover at Goodwill. Have my 3D pick for the week. Have some Kino Lorber horror, classic Stephen King Blu-ray. So I have some bangers. But before I get into what I picked up at Goodwill, eBay, Amazon, not only do I collect movies, yes, I'm one of these weird, wild individuals. I actually watch them. And on a weekly basis, I like to share some of the things I've watched, either streaming on the Fire Stick, live in the theater with my family, or actual physical media. But before I even get into that, wanted to just very quickly share with you my experience with Hurricane Milton. We survived Tampa's essential storm of the century, Hurricane Milton. First of all, family's okay, no damage, no major damage to the house, so that's all good. We're all good. Secondly, watching a storm on television, even if it's a neighboring city, a bordering state, seeing the devastation and disaster on television, it hits a whole lot differently when it's in your backyard. To one day walk out, everything is relatively normal, and the next day you're seeing trees. I've been in Florida over 25 years. I've seen trees that have been here before I was here toppled over on the street, blocking traffic. Trees falling on houses. Never experienced anything like this. I grew up in the Midwest, in Michigan, never lost power, never had any kind of we had snowstorms, but nothing to this. So it hits a whole lot differently when it's in your backyard. Fortunately, my family and I were pretty prepared for it. Had the generator, lights, lanterns, food, water. Thank God for my wife. I got the basic stuff, a lot of the details she was able to take care of. Like I got the generator, but she got the cords for the generators. I had the gas, but didn't have enough gas cans. And all this stuff really kind of hits home when you're actually waiting in a gas line at Costco for 2.5, 3 hours just to get gas for your car and gas for the gas tank for your generator. So again, it hits totally different when it hits home. When you're on your phone and you're seeing these texts, these neighborhood texts come up as like, we need water, we need food, we don't have power, we need all these different things. Just again, it's just completely different. But for us, we lost power Wednesday about 8 o'clock. We were just getting everything together, testing the generator, and it was had about 30 minutes, like, what am I missing? I was like, oh, I didn't download any movies for Netflix on my tablet. So real quick, I downloaded like 6 movies, 6 episodes of The Umbrella Academy, a couple from last season. They just dropped a new season, so download that. It was like within 10 minutes of me doing the last download, boom, we lost power. And luckily I did download those movies because I have a generator, but when the power went out, I couldn't go out in the rain and start the generator. So essentially we were in the dark. Fortunately, we had the lantern and stuff like that. I had the movies downloaded on my tablet. Actually watched the latest Martin Lawrence and Will Smith movie, Ride or Die. Bad Boys, or Bad Boys for Life, and pretty much kind of played that in the background because it was just all street lights were out. There was no noise in the house, so it was just kind of background, kind of watched it as I did other things. And as I'm doing this, I'm just kind of wondering, is just like, which is actually more beneficial in a natural disaster? Is it physical media or is it digital media? And for me, the next morning when I got the generator started, we got the microwave, coffee machine, refrigerator, freezer, we got all those situated. And of course, I wanted to get ready to watch movies. Unfortunately, there was so much running around, I didn't get to watch movies till later on that night. But for my physical media, I needed 4 outlets: one for the television, one for the Blu-ray player, one for the receiver, and yes, one for the subwoofer. I need people like, that's so ridiculous. You need all that during a natural disaster. Part of, after you get the essentials, everything you need, part of it is to somewhat normalize a very unnormal situation. It's not normal for flood and a 100-mile gust of wind to come at you. That's not natural. So it's good, in my opinion, to normalize things. So the tripped out part about when I thought about it, with the physical media, with the generator, I have access to all my movies. I have a pretty large collection, over 10,000 movies. So I have all those movies to choose from. However, the night the power went out, I had no power. So if you don't have a generator or any kind of power, your physical media in a natural disaster is pretty much useless. Again, when I started the generator up, though, got everything hooked up, watched a couple movies. Because the generator uses fuel, gas, or what have you, normally it's gas. I think other people use propane. At nighttime, to conserve gas, you have to turn the generator off. So you still don't have power. So when I didn't have power, I would watch movies I downloaded. During the day, I'd watch Blu-rays or whatever I had, again, providing I had time. So my overall conclusion in a natural disaster, which is better to have, if you don't have a generator, definitely digital media, download it. It's probably the best way to go. You can't stream. I thought you would be able to stream during this because cell towers were down or cell communications were bad. For example, the next morning I tried to call my mom, who lives about 30 minutes away. Couldn't call the home phone, no power. Called the cell phone, went straight to voicemail. I started panicking a little bit. Finally, 2 or 3 hours later, she finally picked up, but cell reception was so bad, I could only understand like 10 different words, but I knew she was safe. So if you think you can download anything during a natural disaster, more than likely you can't. So if you don't have a generator, physical media, useless. If you do have a generator, physical media is great, but even at the end of the day, you have to turn the generator off. It's still nice to have movies downloaded on your tablet or your phone. One of the downfalls about that, you have limited space, and again, you can only download so many movies on your tablet and your phone, depending on how much space you have. So my conclusion is, if you have a generator, it's good to have physical media and digital media. You have the best of both worlds. If you don't have a generator, digital media wins 100%. Now, onto the movies I watched for the week. I want to give shout outs to people who sent me messages, just ask me to keep safe, just checking in. Believe it or not, it really means a lot. Big shout out to the Friday the 13th themed. They actually hit me up during the Helene hurricane. Travis Williams, 5624. Webster Vance, 7365. Been rocking me for a while, so thanks, Webster. Tanisha Starling Bradley, 3995. She also has a Facebook page, DVD Bliss. Definitely check her out. And of course, my man Movie Edge, 7370. All you guys, thank you so much for thinking of me in this very trying time. So again, it means a lot. So shout out to you guys. Now we can get on to the movies I watched for the week. The first movie we actually watched with the generator, The Cursed. This is a 2021 fantasy horror mystery. This was directed and written by Sean Ellis, produced by Matilda Carpentier, starring Boyd Holbrook, Kelly Riley, Alastair Petrie, Roxanne Duran, and Nigel Betts. And the plot behind this: in the late 19th century, a brutal land baron slaughters a Roma clan, unleashing a curse on his family and village. In the days that follow, the townspeople are plagued by nightmares. The baron's son goes missing and a boy is found murdered. The locals suspect a wild animal, but a visiting pathologist warns of a more sinister presence lurking in the woods. And I'm going to use one of my new terms or terminology. I think this might be considered elevated horror. It's not the slasher kind of horror. It's a monster pick. I'm not going to tell you what kind of monster it is, though, but it's definitely a monster pick, though. But the way they present the monster is not very typical. The storyline's a little bit slow, but I equate it a little bit to Bram Stoker's Dracula. It has that kind of pace to it, though. It picks up towards the end, and it's a pretty decent film. So if you like that Bram Stoker's type of horror, 19th century, more drama than slasher, but still they have their nice bit of gore in there, definitely check out The Cursed. The second film we watched on the generator, Held. I actually purchased both of these at Big Lots. Held is a horror mystery thriller that came out in 2020. This is directed by Travis Clough, written by Jill Aubrey, and produced by Hap Clough. This stars Jill Aubrey, Bart Johnson, Travis Clough, Zach Gold, and Rez Kempton. Plot behind this: you have a couple's ailing marriage is put to the test when they're held hostage in an isolated vacation rental by an unseen voice that commands that every move and threatens harm if they don't obey. It comes off as a home invasion type of movie, but it's not. I don't want to give any spoilers away, though. Give you a little hint. It has a little bit of Stepford Wives twist to it, though, but very nice twist. Very evenly paced. It picks up probably about 45 minutes to 50 minutes in. That's where it picks up. That's where you get more into the plot. So really fun movie to watch. Again, during the hurricane, it was a nice distraction from Milton. So you like that kind of twist, not necessarily a home invasion, but that has that kind of flavor to it, definitely check out Held. My next pick is actually the first thing I watched when you got the power back on. This is the 2016 action crime horror thriller From a House on Willow Street. This was directed by Alastair Orr, produced by Ryan Hardarian, written by Jonathan Jordan. This stars Shani Vinson, Corel Burchell, Stephen John Ward, Guste Gardiner, and Zeno Ventura. And the plot behind this: you have kidnappers abduct the daughter of a wealthy diamond distributor in Cape Town. But when they have her locked up and they're in their hideout and they're prepared to issue a ransom, that's when these kind of go left. It's a stylish supernatural suspense directed with clear genre assurance and featuring a killer role by the Austrian scream queen Shami Vincent, a past Fright Fest guest. She also appeared in films such as You're Next and Patrick. This is not a new type of storyline, though. And again, I don't want to give too many spoilers away, though. It's kind of a kidnapping movie where it goes left. And it goes left is how they kind of twist a common horror theme. So I don't want to tell you what actually happened, though, so you'd be surprised, though. But very fun movie. I won't say it's predictable. They had this thing with the tongue thing that I think they really overdid a lot, though. But other than that, it's a very fun movie. Decent special effects. Wasn't anything that I haven't seen before though, but again, very fun movie. That is the 2016 action crime horror thriller From a House on Willow Street. My last film, as you just watched last night, Never Let Go. It's a 2024 survival horror thriller film. This was directed by Alejandro Aja, written by Kevin Coughlin and Ryan Graspy, produced by Sean Levy, Dan Cohen, Alejandro Aja, and Dan Levine, starring Halle Berry, Percy Diggs IV, Anthony B. Jenkins, Matthew Kevin Anderson, Kristen Park, and Stephen Levine. And essentially you have, with the plot behind this, a mother and her sons have suffered for many years from the presence of an evil spirit. However, when one of the boys begins to doubt the existence of the evil spirit, the sacred bond of the family is severed. This will lead all three into a dangerous fight for survival. This film has a very strong flavor of the movie Frailty. And again, I don't like to give spoilers away though. What I mean by that is, through the majority of the movie, you're trying to figure out, okay, is the mother really crazy or is there really evil demons? Halle Berry did her thing, but I think the two boys, they played fraternal twins, did a phenomenal job of the horror, the desperation, and what's going on. I think they did an excellent job. The first 45 minutes, it dragged a little bit though. I think you could have put a little bit more action scenes in there to punch it up a little bit though. But towards the end, that's where it really gets interesting. Great ending, nice little twist. So if you like that Frailty type of movie, definitely check it out. Never Let Go. Now, without further ado, sit back, relax, have a drink of a smoke, and I'll catch you on the other end of this video. We're back at the Black Cave. Back at the Black Cave. We are back at the motherfucking Black Cave. Have my Goodwill pickups here. Have some banger pickups, some horror picks, out of print series. I have some Universal, Scream Factory, IFC Midnight, my 3D pick for the week, some Mill Creek. So I have some bangers here. So let me get these scanned in and we'll jump right into it. Hold on. We're back at the Black Cave. Back at the Black Cave. We're back at the motherfucking Black Cave. Have my Goodwill pickups. Actually, 2 different trips from Goodwill that I picked up. I have my special 3D pick for the week. I have some horror picks, some Universal, Mill Creek, Kino Lorber horror. So some goodness, some bangers that I picked up. Let me get these scanned in and we'll jump right into it. Hold on. All right, let's jump into what I picked up at Big Lots for my first visit. The late Lou Gossett Jr., may he rest in peace. Iron Eagle 2. I don't have Iron Eagle 1. I believe it's out on Blu-ray now. I think the Blu-ray might be out of print. Same thing with the Iron Eagle 2. I don't know if they have a Blu-ray release of this or not. I looked real quick. I can't remember. So, Artisan release, Iron Eagle 2. Paid $3 for that. Not thrilled with Goodwill pricing though, especially on DVDs though. But if it's something that's a little bit harder to find, I'll spend an extra $1 or $2 at Goodwill. Usually I like to pay more than $1 for DVDs, but again, if it's a hard to find DVD like this one right here, Dario Argento Tenebrae, I'm not sure how to pronounce that though, but I looked this up. It's Anchor Bay. So Anchor Bay is out of print. I believe they do have a DVD, but I don't know if that's an American release or an import. And this is for Anchor Bay. So it's one trip. My second trip, and again that was $2.98 also for the DVD. This is actually the first trip. This was actually the second trip. On the first trip, got some real good stuff here. Start out with, let's see here, Scream Factory IFC Midnight release. I just watched this last night. Not a bad watch. House on Willow Street. It starts out as kind of a home invasion movie and it switches to something else. Don't want to give any spoilers away though, but not a bad watch. On the Shout Factory, you have the art on the back, on the flip side of the cover. Nice artwork on the Blu-ray. House on Willow Street. Scream Factory IFC Midnight release. $6 for this. Next, and I was actually looking for this. This was kind of on my list, but not at the top of the list. First season of The Following, great television show. My wife and I used to watch this before streaming was a really big thing, so we'd either watch it live or record it on demand. A series about a cult leader, and Kevin Bacon is trying to catch this cult leader. It's a Fox show, but it's a Warner Brother release. And odd thing about this, the series is out of print. The first season and the second season you can get, but for the third season, for some reason, that's a little bit harder and more expensive. It's actually cheaper, I believe, to get them all together on Amazon than to just get them separately. So you have disc 1, disc 2, disc 3. Warner Brothers release, and got the nice slip cover. So I was happy to find season 1. And right next to season 1, they had season 2. Warner Brothers release, got the nice slip cover, and both of these were $8. Again, a little bit more than I like to pay, but compared to what they want online, I think they're about $15 to $20 for the first 2 seasons a piece. And the third season, I think is like $30 something out of line like that. But you have disc 1, disc 2 and disc 3. And you have a nice slip cover. And not often, I don't often find the whole season in one place. Usually I'll find 1 or 2 and I have to see if I can find the third set or whatever missing season. But I found all 3 seasons at Goodwill, all again, $8. I think if you get them all 3 online at Amazon, I think it's like $45, something like that. So very happy to get the complete season of the following, all the disc with the slip covers. So again, this is my second trip to Goodwill. I think I got this right before the storm hit. Matter of fact, I might be going back again. Still waiting for all the stores to open. All the stores are still closed. They're just getting power back in. But these are my pickups from Goodwill. Next, let's go a little bit eBay and Amazon. I believe this is Amazon. White Noise with Michael Keaton. And White Noise 2 with Kate Sackhoff. One was a little bit better, 2 was just okay. They have it all on one disc. Love Mill Creek. They do a great job of transferring old DVDs to Blu-ray. Not a lot of extras with them though, but they do a great job on the transfers. White Noise 1, White Noise 2. Again, Franklin Mills. Excuse me, Mill Creek. I don't want to say Franklin Mills, Mill Creek. Next, we have a classic, a Stephen King classic, Drew Barrymore, Firestarter. I believe they did a remake of this too. I think I saw the remake streaming. It's Universal release. Firestarter. Next, we have my 3D pick for the week. I actually purchased this before, but for some reason, I went back to play it. It wouldn't play. So I repurchased this again, but I actually repurchased I guess this is the expanded one. It has the bonus DVD disc, and it has the regular 3D. Plus, it has a different packaging, so I can't really put this in the folders. I have to make the shelf. And who released this? It's a live distribution. Blueface Media. In Germany, Munich, Germany. It's my 3D pick for the week. And my Kino Lorber horror pick, double feature, which I haven't seen. It just came in the mail. The Abominable Dr. Phibbs. And Dr. Phibbs Rises Again. You have the late, great Vincent Price. You have Vincent Price and Peter Cushing in this. Big fan of Vincent Price. I love how he stayed relevant even towards the end of his career in life, doing stuff like Michael Jackson. So big fan of Vincent Price. And this is my Goodwill Surviving Hurricane Milton pickup. If you're familiar with the channel, this is where I separate the artwork from the disc and the plastic. Some of these might make the shelf, some of these might make my folder. So let me get these organized and get you good people on your way. Hold on. I have everything scanned into my CLZ Movies app. C is in City of Industry, L is in Lichmond 3D, Z is in Zoolander. Let's knock this out. I have everything scanned in, ready to be put back in its proper place. As usual, I appreciate everyone tuning in, leaving comments. If you made it this far, smash the like, give me the big thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Other than that, may the best of your past be the worst of your future. Everyone be safe. Deuces.